Damn it, man.
What up, people? You good, big dog? What's up, everybody? You on with my boy Fishing and I? We coming at you with game recapping everything on the day. Uh, got a lot of stuff to talk about. We'll do our main focus. We'll go over a few things. Right now, like we do always, we'll tell you about the games that we're currently watching and some of the games that we kind of, I guess you'd say, like the most, and then we'll go through the big ones and we'll go over stats and stuff like that. What game are you currently watching right now, big dog?
Well, I was watching Ole Miss and A&M because Tennessee just was blowing out Kentucky. So
Yeah, they blowing that. They're blowing them out. But what's the score with Ole Miss and Texas A&M?
Ole Miss up 70-14.
You
A&M's
said what?
quarterback, I think they're playing the 5-star Wegman. He don't look that great either. So
What'd you say the score was?
17-14.
Oh my goodness! I thought you said 70-14. I was
Oh
like,
shit, no.
woo. Got you. That's what's up, big dog. Bro, I think I know who Maria is. By the way, the person that just commented. I
Do
think
you?
that's I think it's Prophet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was like, I was like,
Could
okay,
be.
that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it makes
Um,
perfect sense.
I know. That's what I was thinking. Like you gotta be a better troll than that, bro.
I got you, my friend.
Yes, he could have done a lot better than that. But yeah, we have Kentucky playing Tennessee. It's an amazing game right now. Super close game. It's a 3-point ball game, I believe. I'm lying. What's the score to Pittsburgh versus North Carolina? Do you know right now, or do you know off the
I
top of
don't
your head?
right now. Last time I checked, it was Pitt was winning 17-10, I think. Yeah, beating North
Uh,
Carolina.
yeah. What's up, Jacob Watson? Chase Woods. What's up, big dog? Oh, you said they are beating North Carolina? Wow, that's crazy.
17-14. I was corrected.
That's crazy for Pittsburgh. Just to be honest, I didn't think
Yeah, I didn't think so either. I mean,
that's wild,
where's
bro.
Colby at? Where's Colby?
Oh yeah, that's right. You owe him. That's right. Well, we'll see. I'm sure he'll be in here at some point.
Yeah,
You already
he'll
know
come. He has to.
he's excited about it.
He has
Uh,
to.
Looking at Michigan, what am I reading this correctly?
Yeah, you're reading it correctly.
Michigan is barely beating Michigan State.
It's because they can't throw the ball.
Nate the Great on Suicide Watch.
I don't
Nate.
know about that, but and he's with
Whew.
Lou too, so they're both probably screaming at the TV. Well,
Oh,
maybe
I'm
not
sure.
Lou, but
Yeah, I'm sure Lou's giving him a lot of crap right now.
oh yeah,
What's up, Bulldog JC? Chase Woods, Prophet, Jacob Watson, CJ. Yeah, CJ's team got blown out today, didn't they? The
yeah,
Jordan Travis.
oh yeah,
Jordan Travis had the most yards of his career, most passing yards of his career today, which was really, really cool to see for that man. For
yeah.
his
It
team.
was, yeah. Did True call you?
No,
He
not.
he was at that game.
He called me beforehand, but he didn't
Oh,
call
okay,
me
yeah.
after.
I was gonna say.
Um,
Yeah, they got
but
blown out, which is nothing new,
I know, but still, you wanna root for Georgia Tech in some sense, but
Hey man, I've been doing it for all year.
yeah, no doubt. I'm gonna look up college football games. We'll pull up some of the scores, the current scores, and then honestly, we can go ahead and start. I think I told you about this, but I'm gonna try to do. We talked before about it, but I'm gonna try to do videos each week. It'll be they'll have to be quick just because the game. You only have a few days to the game, but
Mm-hmm.
after we get done with this, I'm going right into ground mode the rest of the night on working on the Tennessee Georgia one. Like, and I'm just gonna try to make them better, dude.
That's gonna be good.
Yeah. Uh, But anyways, with that being said, let's pull up some current scores right now. Close game between Tennessee and Kentucky, 37-6. So watch out for the Kentucky comeback. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
watch
looming.
out for that. Michigan State is losing to Michigan by 16-7. Bro,
That's
Michigan is
terrible.
God, dog.
That's horrible.
Mississippi, Ole Miss has only beaten Texas A&M 17-14, which you called it. You said after Texas A&M losing last week that they were not going to go into this game. Like they weren't going to lose. You said that they'd be able to pull it out.
Yeah.
Jacob Watson, yeah, that's fine, bro.
Yeah,
Just
that's
make
fine.
sure that nobody sees you get out of your wheelchair. You got to keep that.
Cokes
going,
and
bro.
Skittles.
Okay. Pittsburgh right now beating UNC 17-14 at halftime. UNC's 21 in the nation. We still have Stanford and UCLA that we'll be playing tonight. Like, live all the way out there in China, so they'll start at 10:30 p.m. But I do have to bring up one before we even start, and we'll get to it. Kansas State destroying
Oh my God.
Oklahoma State. I did not see that. Neither one of us. 48-0.
Nothing.
Like,
Nothing.
oh
This
my
much.
goodness.
This much.
You think the TCU game?
Kansas
pissed them
State
off a
and
little bit?
Adrian Martinez didn't play, bro.
What? Bro, yeah. You think that game against TCU pissed them off, bro? What's up, Slim? Okay. All right. Well, look. How about this? We'll go ahead. We'll get started. Cool with that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm down with it. Okay, first game on the list. We'll just go down the list. Notre Dame versus number 16 Syracuse. Notre Dame won 41-24. I did not see this at all.
I didn't either. Notre Dame has been playing better every single week, but I guess after they lost last week, Syracuse was a little down. I mean, they didn't get up for it apparently because I think they're a better team than Notre Dame, but
for sure.
But
by far, dude.
By
far. I do want to say this. I know Slim's in the comment section. Did you see that about Miami? That it went into what was it? Four overtimes?
4 overtimes.
And not a touchdown was scored the entire game.
It's terrible. How there was no touchdown scored? It was 4. How was it 14?
I'm guessing a safety or something. Like that was
wow.
It's crazy. Anyways, all right, I'll shut up. We'll get back to it. Notre Dame. I want to see how they won this game real quick. Oh, okay. So this is how Notre Dame won the game. 9 of 19, 116 yards passing. That's wild, bro. They had 2 running backs with 20 carries apiece, 123 yards and 85 yards. So honestly, they just straight up dominated. Sean Tucker is not going to be pleased. This is the guy that. He said, 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion. Wait. Okay, that makes more sense.
But
I didn't watch that game. You would catch me dead watching it.
But how you get a 2-point conversion if you didn't score a touchdown? Or did they mean not a touchdown in the regular, like in the, I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah, but I remember I did look at the box score and there was 3s all across the damn board. I did remember seeing that.
Got you. Okay, so a bunch of 3-pointers. Yeah, a bunch of 3-pointers, right? All right. Well, Sean Tucker, 16 carries for 60 yards, the touchdown. I do not believe he's going to be very pleased with that game. But either way, Notre Dame knocks off Syracuse. Good for the Notre Dame program. We know they've been struggling this whole year. Terrible for Syracuse because they just tried to prove that they were really good last week against Clemson. Do you think that Clemson's just not that good then? Or you think Syracuse just didn't get up for this game?
I think it's both. I think both. I don't think Clemson's very good.
I agree.
Is Clemson a playoff team in that?
Got you, Slim. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I see that now. Are they a playoff team in that?
K-Dog, man, I'm sorry, man. I forgot they changed the rules like 2 or 3 years ago.
Well, I wasn't even thinking about the fact they went to 4 overtimes. I was thinking about the field goal thing. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, facts. Which I do remember too. Hold on real quick.
Yeah, Jacob, that's not true. Clemson is not a playoff team. That was the thing I was going for.
Okay, so yeah, we'll move on. Ohio State gets a scare from Penn State, 44-31. Penn State was in control of this game for not most of the game, but they definitely battled. And then there was a span of like 7 minutes where Ohio State scored like 2 or 3 times.
And Sean Clifford came out in the first quarter and threw 2 interceptions. and Ohio State didn't do anything with it.
Yeah.
I mean, they gifted it to them, and then they still made it that close. So Ohio State didn't look that good either, honestly.
Agree completely. I'm going to go through right here and look at Ohio State's. So C.J. Stroud was 26-33, 354 yards with only one touchdown. Travion Henderson, 16 carries, 78 yards, 2 touchdowns. There was at one point, I want to say it was either Henderson or Williams, who it may have been Williams, but somebody went down at the beginning of the game. It was like a small
Ryan
random
Williams.
play. I believe it was. But either way, though, they get out of that game with a win. Clifford finishes 32 of 47, 371 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. So my boy was out there looking like Stetson Bennett. Yeah. So he had
Stop
more
it.
yards.
Stop it, K-Dog. Stop it.
But okay. So, anyways, shout out to Ohio State for continuing their undefeated season. I was really wanting Ohio State to lose because I wanted Miami to be put up and it be a number 1 versus number 2. Um, you know what I mean? Maybe I mean either way to be game day, but I just you know.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel you. I feel you.
What about West Virginia making everybody believe they were going to knock off TCU today?
I'm so iffy with them, man, because we talked about this. I'm just so iffy with them. Some days, some weeks they'll come out and do what they did like this weekend, and other weekends they look like trash. You know, they beat Baylor. They come out. I guess they look better than when I don't know. I guess they look better than I thought.
Yeah, no facts, dude. Facts. West Virginia, I guess, finally picked up their whatever you want to call it.
But
They
TCU
beat
is the real
BC.
deal, man. TCU is.
I mean, yeah, I say that, but then again, they barely beat West Virginia, so tough.
They don't have a loss on the record though, man. So I don't,
I mean, neither does Clemson, but you just told me Clemson ain't a playoff team.
Well, I don't think TCU's a playoff team either.
Oh, okay. Just maybe I like
Yeah.
that. But all right, so okay, all right. Somebody just asked me for the link. I was like, got you. So either way, TCU though being able to knock off West Virginia and stay undefeated. Duggan 341 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. The running back averaging 10 yards a carry, 12 carries for 120 yards. And then JT Daniels Christ 23 of 39, 275 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. The running back 19 carries for 104 yards. This was just an all-out brawl, and it was at West Virginia. And everybody talks about how tough it is to play, at West Virginia. Appreciate it, Bo Hunting.
Country
Wait, Bo,
road.
Bo Hunting's a Tennessee fan?
Man.
Is that correct? Yeah. Well, congratulations on y'all's win. I know the game ain't over, but we will see y'all next week, my
See
boy.
you next week, bro.
Yes. But either I know we're kind of running through these fast, so if there's anything you want to say, you stop me. But next game we're going to is Oklahoma State versus Kansas State. Oklahoma State, I don't even know
Terrible.
how to say it.
Terrible. I can't believe that.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Deuce Vaughn is a monster.
I know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I just Sanders. I don't even know his first name, but
It was
dude
like
had
16 or 27 or something.
Yeah, exactly. 147 yards passing, 1 interception. The backup came in through another interception to help him out for some odd reason. Kansas State, though, 300 yards passing, 4 touchdowns with no interceptions. And Deuce Vaughn, like you said, 22 carries, 158 yards with the backup giving you 7 carries and 44 yards. Like 2 running back, they literally just put 200 on you. Like a quick, man, come on, bro.
Man, crazy, dude. Guess that defense we were talking, we were giving credit to ain't all that great. I don't know.
Will do. I saw you in here, Papa Shrimp. Yeah, I will. We definitely will. He wants me to recap the Florida State game. Yeah, guys, we're just going over the teams, the top 25 teams that played. If you want us to go over a team that is not on the top 25, that did not play a top 25 team, tell us. We'll definitely go through it. It's just really easy to go through this list. So we'll definitely pull up the Miami game. We'll pull up the Florida State game. We'll do that for sure. But Yeah, a receiver for Kansas State, 8 receptions, 113 yards, and then another one, 5 receptions for 97 yards. Like it's nice when you got two guys that you can throw to. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that's pretty. Okay, Cincinnati versus UCF. How about Cincinnati lost to UCF?
I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it.
Like
I knew it.
without Desmond Ritter, they're just a decent team. They're definitely above average, but like for where they are, what conference they're in, but
Yeah.
they just don't have that guy. And you also lost two DBs in Kobe Bryant, I think, and
And
Sauce Gardner.
Sauce Gardner,
Yeah.
yeah. So with
So
what they lost, I mean, it's completely. I mean, the fact that they're not worse is a good thing, I guess. But they're pretty much how I expected them to be after losing all that.
yeah, facts. Um, Hyatt is okay, or Wyatt. I don't know how you say his name, but got you.
Yeah,
He is okay. Vic said he went to the injury tent earlier. Got you. Shout out to Oregon, top 10 team, dominated California 42-24. Bo Nix with not his greatest game, but not bad. 27 to 35, not bad. 412 yards passing, not bad. But he had 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. So it's one
well,
of those where
you take those 2 interceptions away, and that's a damn good game.
it is. I could imagine that one
If
of
you
those
take one of them away,
interceptions.
it's still a damn good game.
Yeah, agreed. He also had 59 yards rushing, so he's responsible for 400 and wow, a real 471 yards by himself. Oh,
Shit by himself.
He had 3 touchdowns on the ground. He was
Did
responsible
he?
for
That
six
doesn't surprise
touchdowns.
me. Doesn't surprise me at all.
Man went into that game with 17 passing touchdowns and 8 rushing. He left the game with 20 passing and 11 rushing. That man got 31 touchdowns on his head. Put some respect on Bo Nix. God,
I I was wrong
that's crazy.
about dude. I mean, I was wrong. I thought he was
I
going
didn't.
to just be an absolute bust, especially
I
after
didn't.
that Georgia game.
I didn't think he would do that. I'll be honest. I
I
did
didn't either.
not think he would do that. Okay. Okay. Let's see what else we got on here. Wake Forest, number 10 in the nation, losing to Louisville, 48-21.
I saw that.
Golly, bro. Wait, so Louisville has a better defense than
Transitive property.
Louisville unranked?
Dude, I don't know.
I mean, we can say transitive property all day long, bro. You ain't gonna
It
tell
don't
me.
matter. It don't matter.
Well, we beat. Look, we beat a team that played in wheelchairs, but we beat a team that was fully capable of moving around. Yeah, but that's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, dude. What are you
Wait,
talking about?
huh?
They're handicapped. Like it takes them 27 minutes to get out of the car. Like, what? How are you not? That's that. Yes, bro. That's not fair. That's not fair. What's up, Nate the Great? But
Man,
yeah, shout out to Wake
Miami is
Forest.
so bad.
You want to pull them up real quick?
Is that 5 turnovers today, Slim, from Miami? Because if it is, that would be 13 in the past 2 games.
Ooh, listen to this. Luke said Sam Hartman. Luke said Sam Hartman had 6 turnovers in just the third quarter.
Stop it. I'm looking this up.
Oh, all right. While you do
I
that,
didn't watch that game.
I'm gonna pull up the Miami game. All right, here we go. Miami versus the Virginia Plymouth Rock Cavaliers. Jeff Garcia for Miami, 15-29, 125 yards passing. Oh, the running back though, 24 carries, 113 yards. Look at y'all with a run game.
Good, Slim, good.
Virginia, 15-25, their quarterback, 208 yards. So the battle of the mid, and Miami ended up pulling away. That's good though. I'm glad Tony Elliott lost. I'm glad.
Why?
Cause man, I thought he was terrible for Clemson. I'll be
Yeah,
honest.
he had his yeah.
I mean, some people would compare him to Josh Gaddis, but I don't really know who Josh Gaddis is. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. All right. But let's bring up this Florida State game real quick before we get to the next game on the list, because the next game on the list is a good one. No, you're not. You're not blocked, Bet. I can see you. All right, let me get a shout out. Shout out to Bet, CJ.
Shout out
Slim Shady.
shout the chat out.
Yes, Chase Woods, Papa Shrimp, Slim again, Nate DeGroot, Jacob Watson, LeBron James is in the chat, Luke Walker, Bow Hunting 101, Papa Shrimp, all you guys.
Ron James, Kim
We did.
Kardashian is here.
I actually blocked her though. Nobody
Yeah, I
else
was
can
gonna
see
say
that.
I'm gonna have to time her out indefinitely.
We don't do that. Yeah.
Avril Lavigne
Okay.
is here. I loved her when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, facts. All right.
Yeah.
I could see that. I could see you having the posters up, wearing like
Oh
eye
yeah,
black
bro. Yeah, with the
under your
skateboard. Oh
eyelids.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
dude.
bro.
And like
Yeah, you already know.
the sleeves that have the hole in the
With
thumb
for the
where you.
thumb, yeah.
Yes, yeah. I could see that.
Wallets with a chain on it. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. All right, so here we go. Georgia Tech. Jeff Sims must have been hurt. The backup quarterback, 18 to 28, 198 yards passing, one touchdown. For Georgia Tech in this 41 to 16 loss to Florida State. Jordan Travis with the most yards he has thrown for in a game, 396 yards passing, 24-38, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Oh,
Shout
Bulldog
out to my
JC, shout
boy
out to you,
Jordan
bro. Yeah,
Travis.
sorry about that, JC. I'm slipping. Sorry about that. But Trey Benson, 18 carries, 111 yards. The other running back, 13 carries, 70 yards. The other running back, 6 carries, 41 yards. Like, bro, for real? That's what y'all do to people, bro? Oh, Johnny Wilson, 3 receptions for 111 yards. The other receiver, 5 receptions, 84. Bro, Florida State had a
Eight.
field
They
day today.
ate, bro. Yeah.
Yes. JC said I'm used to it. Sorry about that, JC.
Damn.
But next week, Florida State will play Miami, and this is going to be a good one, guys. Miami coming off of they have one loss this season. Florida State is going to try to knock them off. Miami in hopes of making the playoffs if they can win this game. So
Is it really going to be a good one though?
yeah, I don't know. I think Miami
Is
wins
it
by
really going to be a good one?
I think Miami wins by 3
They'll get
touchdowns.
up for the. You think Miami wins?
Bro, stop. No.
I bet.
No.
Paul, hold up. Shut the street. I'm about to say.
Technical foul.
Yeah.
Michael Hogue, where you been, bro? Look, man, I've been asking everybody how are they doing today? And oh Slim. Waukee.
Yeah,
But yeah,
man.
bro, I actually called the police on the Purdue campus, so it was campus safety, not real police, and asked them to look for you, bro. And they said they couldn't find you. And I was like, look, just find the person that asked you. Hi, how are you doing today? And they're like, we couldn't find them. So I'm like, I don't know. APB out for George and Michael, but now Michael is here, so I feel better.
Well, yeah, I do too. I feel great now.
I feel great, Coach.
I feel great.
All right. So Illinois, the Fighting Illini, you have chosen them every single week. You have chosen them every single week, and you said you're going to keep choosing them until they disappoint you. They beat one of the best teams in the league today, Nebraska, 26-9.
Yep.
You happy about that?
Yeah, I am.
That one?
I am.
Okay.
I'm an Illinois fan this year.
The running back, 32 carries, 149 yards, bro.
Bro, they run the dog doo-doo out of him.
They do. They running the wheels.
But it works.
Got you. Michael, I hope everything's okay, buddy. Luke, will you give me an update on the score, please, sir? Mr. Walker, Mr. Skywalker, please. All right. Real quick, we'll get to the last game on this list, and then we'll jump to the Florida-Georgia game. But Missouri beat South Carolina. South Carolina had the championship game last week, knocking off Texas A&M. The crowd went nuts. Shane Beamer made another TikTok. It was amazing. And then they lost to Missouri. So, yeah. Do you think Missouri is pretty good? Do you think South Carolina just didn't show up, or you think both? What you think?
I don't think Missouri's good. I think they're not like a Vandy or how people are looking at them this year. They're not that bad. Because obviously that they played Georgia and Florida just about as close as anybody else has. So, but no, Missouri's not good. South Carolina, they're bad too. They both suck. They both suck.
I do.
South Carolina's better, but yeah.
I think South Carolina has played above their scale, their talent scale, but I
Hmm.
think that goes to do with coaching, and like a lot of people say, the whole continuity deal. I think that's a lot to do with that. To be honest, I may be wrong, but that's my opinion. Um,
Yeah, and Rattler's
so
just not looking as expected, so it's just really inconsistent.
yeah. Oh yeah, Slim says talk about the game day game. Yeah, so it's like a historical game where Jackson State plays some team. I forgot what it is, but it's like this historical, the best HBCUs in a history, and they played together or played today. Well, Deion Sanders' team beat them 35-0. So it's usually a good game, but I think Deion trying to get that job. He's trying to get paid.
What he said, he 8-0 now. I think he's 8-0 now.
Yeah, yeah,
And he what
yeah,
11
7 or
and
8
one
and 0.
last year. This man winning.
Mm-hmm. And you already know that Power Five job coming. And you saw what he said. He's like, I have to entertain that. Why would I
Hmm.
not
He ain't gonna lie
entertain
to you.
a
I mean, he's not gonna lie.
no? That's what I respect him for it.
Yeah,
But
facts. Same.
okay, I'll shut up. We will get to this game right here, which I know we're running through it pretty fast, but it is what it is.
It is what
I'll
it
give
is.
an update.
Nothing shocking happened today. So
Agreed. Agreed completely. Mississippi, Ole Miss is starting to blow away or starting to pull away on this game, 24-14 now. Pittsburgh's up 24-14 as well over North Carolina. Start of the second half. Michigan gets. Oh no, it's end of the third quarter. It's not over yet. Man, I hope for Nate's sake that Michigan wins, bro. I really, really do.
they
I
probably
really
will,
do.
but it's a little embarrassing now too.
Oh, for sure.
Michigan
Oh,
State's doo doo.
agreed, Waukee. Agreed completely, Waukee. So, all right, let's get to this Georgia Florida game. Colby is nowhere to be found, so I'm going to speak on it. And then,
Well,
once,
hold on.
are you going to do it right now?
That was not the promise, right?
Thought you were going to wait till Colby got here. I was going to.
Well, Kobe ain't coming.
Oh, well, then do it to
Where
him.
the
All
hell
right, guys.
Kobe at?
So, Fishing owes Colby this from his
Oh
bet.
man,
Will you tell us what the bet is real quick before you continue with it? Will you just tell us
the
what
bet
happened?
is? I have to wear this.
What is that? Is that a Mississippi State hat? Bro, what hat is that? Is that looks like a Bass Pro Shop hat.
I don't feel right. I don't feel well.
Is that a Rapala? Is that a what is? Oh, it's a bulldog. My boy wearing it's a G on the bull. The dog. What the dog doing? Fishing. Tell me what the dog doing. Please tell me. Yeah,
He's just standing there.
he is, but he looked good though, dude. And I'll be honest, it looked good on you. Like I never thought that, dude. Never would have thought that a Florida man.
Yeah, I bet you didn't.
This is, bro. Am I dreaming right? Am I dreaming, bro? This is wild, bro. This is
In all reality, it's a nice hat though.
Miami is very relevant. Oh yeah, teams that are trash always get talked about. That's like Nebraska. We talk about Nebraska all the time. What's another team that's trash? Florida. Florida
All right,
man.
I'm gonna
I
do this
mean,
until Kobe gets here though.
there you go. I like that.
Yeah,
Trying to
have
think
to.
of another team that's not that good that we talk about a lot.
What were you saying?
Teams
I'm
that
in
are
shambles.
overhyped that we talk about a lot.
Clemson.
Oh, bro. Okay, we were talking about Miami. You can't compare Clemson to
yeah.
Miami.
Wait, yeah.
What on the you know what I mean. Anyways, okay. But George needs to wear Georgia hat as well. Man, stop. Well, you could just tell him Florida changed their logo. I'm sure he'd be so out of it he'd believe you. Well, this one time at the back of a restaurant, I served apple pie to. No, I'm kidding. All right. So, anyways, while we're doing that, Georgia Florida game coming on, or not coming on, but talking about the Georgia Florida game. Florida and Anthony Richardson did not play terrible today, but they did not play great by any means.
They played terrible.
I said what I said earlier in the week. The way that we were going to beat Florida is forcing Anthony Richardson to stay in the pocket and make him beat himself. And to my surprise, we did that great. We played so well on that. There were a few times that he escaped that I hated because dude's huge, bro. Like, dude is huge. He's fast. but our D line was able to contain him, force him to throw the ball downfield. And I really, really like that the announcer said this because we've talked about this. You've told me you want this. AR-15 needs to stay another year. AR-15 needs to stay another year. He needs to develop. If he does that, he will be an amazing quarterback. I honestly believe that.
Yeah. They hit him out of bounds early in the game, and the reason he was in the pocket is because he wasn't 100%. There was plenty of
I
times where
saw
he
that.
should have took off running. I mean, he kind of started running the ball toward the end of the game, but there was plenty of times where he should have went outside of the pocket and took off and could have.
Yeah.
I mean, props to y'all for that. I mean, it could have been a lot different. It made us definitely more one dimensional. Multiple coaching decisions like running the ball on 3rd and 12.
Oh my goodness, I
I'm
saw
like,
that.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
The refs were absolutely hard, and I know everybody says this after a loss as excuses. There was the play where Stetson threw it, I think, to Bowers, I think, and it was like a 50-50 ball. There was no contact at all.
I saw that.
And the announcers are sitting there thinking it was an offensive pass interference, and they called it on Florida. Didn't do.
It was the one. It was the one where Lad McConkey was on the right side,
That's
and it
what it
was
was.
like both of them were literally hand fighting. It wasn't even.
Yeah,
contact.
it was like
yeah,
this
exactly.
type shit. Like, and they call it on Florida. Like, it was ridiculous, and it happened another time too.
Yeah,
it was pretty bad. It was horrible. It wouldn't have changed how the game went, but I mean,
I thought it was pass interference on us. I was like, dang it, Lad.
I did too.
Like,
I did too at first,
and then they called that, and I was like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
What makes me mad about that is, and I know this sounds so dumb for me to say, and people are gonna be like, "Oh, you're just saying this, blah blah blah." Like, I don't care. I've said this since day one. Stetson pisses me off. He pisses me off, and what happens is we go through. He throws an interception, or he almost throws an interception. We get the ball back. We run the ball all the way down the field. We score, and people go, "Well, see, why are you hating on Stetson? We just scored." We did not score because of him. We end up getting a pass interference call, and it helps us. And it's like, Stetson gets bailed out more than any quarterback in the nation, and I can't stand it. The Oregon game was the best game of this year for him. He has not been able to put together a complete game, and it's scary as a Georgia fan knowing you're going to go into Tennessee and Tennessee's going to try to score at will. Do I think Tennessee's going to score 50?
Yeah.
That's not the point. It's just exactly. Nature Boy put it perfect. Stetson has his 8-minute crap stretch every game that we have to fight through. Yes. Where the defense has to pick up for his mistake. I agree completely.
Yeah, and Mayhem's in here talking about Stetson Bennett throwing passes to open receivers and missing it. That did happen a few times. It also happened where he threw absolute just flat doo-doo passes right into our hands. We should have had 3 interceptions. We should have had 3.
Yes, what about him throwing into double coverage, triple coverage?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm just like, dude, what do you like? At what point do you look and go, that's a good decision? Like, no, come on, dude. Like,
yeah, he threw one down the middle to Brock Bowers and overthrew his ass. How do you overthrow somebody that's like 6'8"? I mean, you tell me. I don't understand that.
I know.
But
I know. But I was really proud of our run game today. I was really, facts, Jacob. I literally just thinking that. We actually, Mayhem Matthew, I think our quarterback has 7 passing touchdowns this year. I think a good quarterback.
Stetson's not playing good.
Yeah, you don't have to be perfect.
He's
you
not.
Just have to be good. Like,
and the first half of this game too, Brock Bowers was the entire offense.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, it's not saying he has to be perfect. Just
and then
do better than.
Yeah. The run game looked good. Yeah, the run game looked good because Florida's run defense is one of the worst in the country too. So.
Well, and now to my point, Georgia's ran on everybody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 9 passing touchdowns now. I got you.
Thank God he got 2 versus Florida. Thank God.
Yeah, right. Dude, I know, dude. Now, we have to put in perspective, sir. Tennessee's defense might be about Florida's.
Yeah, probably a little better. They're not good.
Yeah. So for me, it's really excited that we were able to get out of this. I was really happy to see Kirby grow a pair of coconuts at the end of the first half and try to score, and he did. Usually, bro, he just kneels it. He just likes to go into halftime. We were up 21-3. He goes up, he tries to score, and I'm like, who is this Kirby? So that was I think a lot of that had to do with the hatred for Florida. I really believe that.
I do too.
But
And you could tell in this game too. When I was watching it, your running backs were running our people over, and defense played more physical. Like y'all just not only could you see the talent gap, but you could just see how much more physical and mad that y'all played than we did. So it was just easy to see.
I mean, but y'all showed fight. I mean, heck, it
Yeah,
was 28-20 at one point.
yeah, and then we could have, yeah, for sure.
All right, so I'll get to stats though. Richardson went 18-37, 271 yards, 1 touchdown. ETN, man, I like ETN, and
I love ETN, bro.
our return game is crap, bro. All right, yeah, I kind of have to agree with Slim on that, Mayhem. Like, if Stetson Bennett was at Miami, I don't know what. I have no idea what he would do.
He
Oh yeah,
probably wouldn't be starting.
K
Georgia's
Dog.
probably the only place he would start in the
You
power.
mean
You know,
you mean YAC? You're talking about yards after catch. Yeah, K Dog's talking about the 9 touchdowns that Stetson
yeah.
had. He said how many of those are due to yards after catch?
Probably 7 or 8 of them.
Yes. But anyways, hold on. We will Mayhem.
Well, yeah.
But I really like ETN in the return game. That's something that Georgia is missing. Is having just really nice just return games. I feel like on kickoff we don't do that well. Punt returns we didn't really get to return upon today. Y'all either punted really well or shanked it, so we never got to get anything going. Staquavius went 19-38. He went 19 at my boy.
That's so bad, man. That's
my boy
so bad.
He went 50%.
What's that? A 49% completion percentage? Is that what that is?
Right at 50. Yeah.
Terrible.
316 yards passing. 150 of those go to one player, Brock Bowers, who was our entire offense in the receiving game. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Probably should have been 3, if not 4. But Dejon Edwards, boy, I've been yelling his name for a while now. 12 carries for 106 yards, averaging 8.8 yards per carry with 2 touchdowns. Kenny McIntosh had a pretty good day, but he had a fumble, which was really tough. Oh, update.
Yeah.
North Carolina's up 24-21 right now.
I see that. Mm-hmm.
What were you about to say, though? I was talking about Kenny McIntosh having the fumble.
Well, yes, the fumble. Like I said, we should have had 2 or 3 interceptions this game. Only had 1. There was a lot of pivotal points that we could have took advantage of. And
Okay.
honestly, either won the game or made it really close, and we just didn't do it.
Agree completely, dude. I agree 1,000%. Branson Robinson today, it says he has 9 carries for 35 yards, but he broke for a 22-yard run. They ended up getting called back because of a holding. But I really, really, really like Branson Robinson.
I do too, man.
That dude is I just love the way he runs. He's just physical.
Physical. He's the perfect size. Yeah, I mean, he's really good.
And I love how patient. He's like he'll sit and kind of hang out, and boom, he's out.
And the whole open and then it's just shot. Shoots right in it.
Agree completely, dude. Xavier Henderson today for y'all.
Well, we should have had 4.
That's the part today, bro, where watching Henderson, and this not knocking Henderson. I know he's a good receiver. And so is Pearsall. You saw where our defense was making mistakes. We cannot make those kind of mistakes, the communication mistakes, because we'd just be out of place. And it's like, bro, who's got him? And we can't do that against Tennessee. We cannot do that against Tennessee, bro.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good thing you had this game, I guess, but.
Oh, agreed.
Yeah, because I mean, you're definitely gonna need it against Tennessee. I mean, so.
Agree completely.
Yeah, the little mistakes will hurt you.
I'm going to post the link for people to come on, but I want you to give your thoughts on this game and also what good did you see out of it and how do you guys move forward?
The secondary played good. The defense. I know you look at the score, but the defense played better than I thought. As far as something to look forward to, there's really not much. I mean, other than just hoping you get better. If you're a team or a fan of a team, what do you want each week to get better? Each week, at least, at the very least, right? I
Yeah.
don't know if we're doing that. So I don't know. Honestly, it doesn't seem like Anthony Richardson is. It doesn't seem like the defense is. If they are, it's very small incrementally.
One thing I did think, I do have it, JC. I did get your text, guys. Real quick before I say it, we will take you guys in. We'll take one at a time, maybe two at a time, and we'll kind of do what we did last week. We'll talk a little bit, kind of go through some things, and then we'll let you go and pull on some more people. That seems to be the best way to do this, and to me, it makes for a more exciting show because then it doesn't turn into a like everybody coming to chill and eating finger foods and hanging out, watching TV. Like I'd much rather come on and us continue some college football talk. But I was gonna say this, the thing that I noticed and the announcer said it too, watching Billy Napier in this game, it was great to see him not give up, bro. It was great. Now, Jacob, I do agree that was so on the line of going one. Well, either way, I think it would have been justified. He was talking about that hit on Anthony Richardson to begin the
Mm-hmm.
game. That
Yeah,
was like because I thought it was going to be called out of bounds, and when I saw the replay, I was like, if they would have called it, I couldn't have argued, but they didn't call it, and it's like he was going out of bounds, but he was not out of bounds, and it's one of those where I'm like, that to me is too risky. If I'm a coach, I'm like, bro, don't
yeah.
do that, don't, because
But
if you would have got
could
that
have easily called a late hit.
easy, yes, yeah, and that to me was like, dude, please do not start this game off that way, just, but
Yeah,
and then later in the game, like third quarter, he ended up getting hit again, but on the opposite side, and I'm like, you know, all right, guys.
not good. And then they start running them, and it's like just desperation kicked
Yeah.
in.
But when he did scramble though and take off, I was trying to explain to everybody there, that dude can run. And I forgot who it was on our team tried to dive at his legs and he just threw his face mask in the ground. I was like, ooh, like,
Yeah.
look at
Oh
that
yeah,
man,
yeah.
dog.
He's
I
a
was like, that's
bloop.
yes, dude. He
Yep.
and then even ETN, seeing him kind of be shifty, the pieces are there. I think for Florida, the mindset at Florida right now from seeing that game today is we're rebuilding. We're just trying to install instead of like, bro, let's go get them. And I think when y'all saw the tables turn and y'all started getting momentum, you saw how quickly you could capitalize. And it's like, bro, we're better than we think we are. So to me, that's what I saw out of the game today. Seeing little bits of pieces of like, oh damn, if Florida puts this together, then that's that's a little different.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
okay, Jacob.
and if you look at it a different way, I mean, other than the little mistakes, yeah, y'all haven't been playing very well, and today wasn't the case. So that's something good to look forward to, I guess. I mean,
Agreed. Who do you guys play next week?
I think it's A&M.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah,
Dude. But to me though, is that not a really good practice game? Could you lose that game? Yeah, you could, but it's a great game for your receivers and quarterback, dude. Great game for your offense to be able to prove themselves.
Texas A&M's defense is good. I don't know about that. That game worries me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, yeah, and you could tell they've gotten better. I think that's the thing we both kind of have seen. They are getting better week, just like LSU. They're getting better week to week, and so yeah, agree completely. We're gonna have a Florida State fan come on, by the way. Um,
Okay.
he wants to come on and talk about the yeah, that's cool. But I just I guess for me, the thing out of Georgia that I saw today, thank you for finishing the game. Thank you for not doing this whole deal where Slim, I it's hard to say that even though I agree with you. Other people they might not agree completely, but my in my defense of Texas A&M's defense, when your offense is playing like trash and the defense has to stay on the field the whole time, it gets harder for the defense to be able to play with the same consistency. So
it does, but they've got as much depth as Georgia does, honestly. So,
but what I mean though is not the physicality standpoint, not the stamina standpoint. I'm talking the mental. I think the mental is really hard to keep it going when you're like, what's the point of us playing, bro, if the offense ain't gonna score? You know what I mean? Like,
mm-hmm.
heck, we saw it not last year, but this was Georgia's first year, or even before Kirby came, when we had Hudson Mason. One year with him, we scored like 38 points a game, and then the other year it was like 25, 26. So Sea Dog took his usual 2 L's. All right, we got Papa Shrimp coming in. Before I bring him in, I do want to say this. The thing about Georgia that I hope to see going into next week, can we just please put a full game together? Can we please put a complete game together? And thank you, Kirby, for not getting up by one touchdown and going, okay, let's run the ball and finish the game. No, you actually put up points and won it by 28. Like, thank you for just being aggressive, dude. So I don't know if you saw it though, Fishing. Whenever we scored at the end of the first half, Kirby said "boom" and then said some words after it, and they caught him on camera saying it, and I was like, "Oh man, he gonna get."
No, I didn't see it. Yeah,
yeah, it was funny, but
dude,
yeah,
Tennessee just killed Kentucky 44-6.
Oh,
I mean, gee,
what was the spread on that game?
12.5.
Oh my goodness!
Just destroyed them.
What's up though, Mr. Papa Shrimp? We've got Florida State man on. We went over Florida State a little bit, but I'm sure you got to watch the game. What did you think about Florida State? And I know it's Georgia Tech, but what did you think about Florida State, and did they impress you?
I didn't get to watch the whole game because I had to leave, but I watched like a little bit of the first half or most of it. But I don't know. The score doesn't really reflect the box score doesn't reflect the score because it looked like we just absolutely should have beat them 63-0, but we just couldn't finish.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We had a fumble on the 1 yard line. They returned to our 20.
Oh wow. Well, I was telling Fishing, as you can tell, Fishing has his beautiful Georgia hat on. But as I was telling Fishing, looking at the running backs, and we've talked about this, Papa Shrimp, and I've said this on the show before. Florida State's run game. Shout out to Florida State for trying to establish a run game and using this entire year to do it. And I want to say, Papa Shrimp told me, don't y'all have a transfer that will be eligible next year who's a running back?
Yeah, we have one. He came from Penn State.
That's right. He's a 4-star or a 5-star.
Yeah, he was a 4-star out of high school, I think.
So, shout out to Florida State for really trying to establish the physicality of the run game of it. It's very nice to see out of Florida State, especially after how amazing Willie Taggart made them. So,
and we have another 4-star running back coming in this class, and then we're trying to flip Cedric Baxter, who he was committed to Florida State and decommitted and committed to Texas, but now he's showing a lot of interest in Florida State. So we're trying to.
Good luck there, buddy. You're gonna have to throw some money at him.
Oh yeah, I know.
Facts.
He's been. I know visits don't really mean a whole lot, but he's been to Tallahassee twice in the last month. So.
Well, at least shows that
it's a big thing for him to be visiting.
Agreed. I agree completely with Fishing on that.
Even
if you don't get
it, you got to fight to get visits on that. These days from players. So especially when he's already committed.
Yeah. So. But he decommitted from Florida State in early 2021, and but he came the Clemson game 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
and he came on an official visit today. So I don't know, man. Cool. And then I know another recruiting, like something else that's kind of cool is Desmond Ricks. He's a 5-star corner that reclassed from 2024 to 2023, and he's from he plays at IMG, and he crystal balled an 8 to Florida State right now.
I was about to say, I think Florida's trying to get him as well, so that's going to be
who is it?
That's going Desmond Ricks.
Yeah, we better.
He's crystal balled. He's crystal balled to Florida State right now. Which means I know it don't mean a whole lot, but a lot of the time they're right.
I don't even want to. I don't want to talk about none of it.
Yeah,
I can't. I can't talk or think about recruiting for for a month at least.
So what happened, Papa Shrimp, is they had a what?
I'm confused. Are you talking about the Cormani McClain or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm still confused why he went to Miami over Florida and Alabama.
I
Money.
was about to say, what you think? What you think, Papa Shrimp?
Well, I mean, I forget about NIL, but I mean, I guess he probably too is thinking he's going to go in and start next year as a true freshman. And
yeah, he probably will. He probably. I mean, that's fine, but
I would think. I would think though, even at Florida, he would go in and start. If not,
he would. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But he would start. I mean, honestly, he would start anywhere, except for like Georgia or Alabama or like one of the contenders for the last couple of years.
Yeah, that's true.
Slim, I got you, big dog. I'll bring you on. Give me just a minute. But no, that's pretty cool though, and I don't mind leaving you on, Papa Shrimp, while I bring on Slim. That's up to you. Okay. But yeah, for real though, shout out to Florida State for that. Dub, who do you guys play next week? Oh, you play Miami. That's right. Yeah. Is it at Miami or at Florida State?
At Miami, which scares me.
Which doesn't matter. 20,000 people here.
Yeah, but still, I mean, it could be a trap game. So.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, Slim.
Let's talk about Cormani McClain.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about recruiting so much.
I don't want to talk about it. No.
Love you too, buddy. I love you too, buddy.
I know.
It would be fun if you go to Travis Hunter and decommitted on signing day and went to HBCU.
Man, stop.
You know how it feels, I guess. So
that would be crazy.
So, although you did bring up Rick's a minute ago, Adai was at his game this past week. Just saying.
What about Octavian?
Miami's DB coach.
Did he sell that they? Never mind. I'm not gonna go into that.
Say it. What you mean?
No, I don't.
What's up, Octavian? What's up, Octo Mom?
What was the final to Miami, Virginia? I wasn't even paying attention.
Take a guess. Take a guess.
I was going to ask Slim though. I didn't get to see the game, so
I didn't watch the game. That's why I was confused.
From a fan's perspective of any team, but I know they didn't score, and that's fine. No touchdowns, but like away from that, how did you guys play? Were you impressed? Or how do you feel about that game?
Well, I mean, the running game was impressive. I hadn't seen it in 3 weeks.
Yeah,
I did see that. I saw in the stats that you guys definitely ran the ball well.
Did Van Dyke get benched?
No, Van Dyke didn't play. He was still hurt.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't even know he was hurt.
Got you. Okay, I was wondering why he didn't play. Got you.
Yeah, he didn't play. He's going to play next week, though.
Yeah. Well, good. That's why I went Miami to be at full strength. I hope it's a good game.
Well, and that's
full strength, I don't know. I mean, yeah, they finally got their starting center back. Xavier Restrepo saw limited snaps today, so they're working him back in finally.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, Florida State, that's the one thing that's kind of killed us this year, too, injuries. Just Fabian Lovett's been out all year. Winston Wright, Jakai Douglas came back for Clemson. Jordan Travis been banged up. Jared Verse has been banged up. Amari Gainer's been banged up. Jamie Robinson's been banged up.
Do you think you guys use this game though to try to get people healthy?
Like, oh yeah, definitely. Well, Fabian Lovett saw limited snaps. He's our best interior defensive lineman. He hasn't played since LSU game. We're missing the offensive line. Looked good for once today. We're missing three starters: Bless Harris, Caden Lyles, and who's the other one? I can't remember.
That's what's been worrying me about Florida State, and I was talking to somebody about that. It may have been Fishing, talking about going into that 3-game stretch. It's like they had some injuries on the offensive line that worried me for them going through that stretch of games.
Yeah, which, I mean, our offensive line play, run blocking our offensive line is phenomenal. Like, phenomenal. I mean, if you look at stats, Clemson was giving up 2.5 yards per carry before the Florida State game. Florida State had like 215 yards rushing on them. So the run blocking has just been phenomenal. But the pass blocking, that's where, like at the beginning of the season, when Jordan Travis was getting all the hype, dude, the pass blocking was phenomenal. But he's dropped off the last couple games because we've really struggled.
And that can be a problem coming up this week because Miami's leading the conference in tackles for loss and sacks.
Yep. But
not to mention they've got the second best run defense in the conference.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but I mean, Clemson had the number one, I think, coming into the Florida State game, and we diced them. So I'm not really too worried about that.
Clemson had the same problem with injuries on their D line, though.
Oh yeah, well definitely, but they were full strength for Florida State. They had Miles Murphy and KJ Henry and Brian Brucey. They all played the whole game.
But I also have to say, I would think Clemson would have enough depth to deal with injuries. You would think.
Clemson is not very good.
They do at most positions. Offensive line isn't one of them.
No.
And I mean, even Clemson fans will tell you that's if there's one place where they've been lacking in recruiting, it's been an offensive line.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I know the Clemson. Everybody looks at the Florida State Clemson game and thinks that Clemson controlled the game the whole entire game, but I mean it was the opposite. I mean Florida State controlled the game except for the middle eight. The last 4 minutes of the second quarter, the first 4 minutes of the third quarter, that's when Clemson put up like 24 points.
Okay, I'm gonna have to disagree with you there because I watched the game and
I was at the game.
Well, I understand that, but I watched every snap of the game, and I mean, the majority of Florida State's points came in garbage time in the fourth quarter.
Well, that's
Well, they only scored 14 in the fourth quarter, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
We scored 14 in the first half.
So half their points came in. I mean, they scored one. I think they scored once in the first quarter, once in the second, or it might have even been back to back.
Yeah.
But then they didn't score again until the end of the fourth quarter.
Which we had 2 opportunities. We were within the 5-yard line of Clemson twice and turned the ball over once on downs, and then I think missed the field goal. I don't know. I think we turned the ball over twice on downs. So, and if we score both of those right there, the game is completely different because that doesn't give Clemson the momentum to go on the 24-point run they did. Which I'm not saying it wouldn't happen. I'm just saying it would have been much harder.
Well, and I think that's the part too about Clemson is that Florida State game was not the only game that they struggled. Now, Georgia has struggled as well, so I'm not knocking Clemson in that sense, but I don't think I've seen a game this year where I'm like, oh yeah, Clemson is amazing. They haven't given me I feel like every game they struggle.
The only
game it is every good opponent they play they have, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's being a little misleading with it, though. I mean, basically for 3 quarters of game time, Florida State didn't score.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's fine. I'm not just saying for Florida State. I'm saying like Georgia Tech. I'm saying Syracuse. I'm saying like you can name teams that aren't even decent, and it was like every game it seems like Clemson has struggled. That doesn't mean they're not a top 10 team, but I'm not going to put them in as a playoff team. But
I'm not going to call team in that. Well, Syracuse was 6-0, regardless of how they got there. Any 6-0 team is not even mediocre. That's a good team.
Well,
I mean Oregon is 7-1 right now. I know they're a good team too, but I'm not going to say that they're a playoff team. Like,
I mean, that saying Syracuse though is that 6-0 is better than anybody other undefeated team is kind of weird because they played. I think the first 6 games, 5 of them were home games, and the combined record was like the combined record of the opponents were terrible. They didn't play anybody good until they played NC State, but they didn't have David Lee.
Let's not go down the who have they played. Let's not do that.
Well, I mean, but so you don't think it matters?
I think it does some, but 6-0. Once again, I've said it before, and it still rings true. It doesn't matter if you win every game by 1 point. 15-0 is 15-0.
Yeah, but they're not 15-0 though. Now they've actually lost.
But you get my point.
In a row. Yeah, and it'd be different if it was at the end of the season.
So
I'm just saying.
Would you say that when Kansas was undefeated, that they were the best team one of the best teams in their conference?
Yes.
Yes, because there were 3 undefeated teams, and Kansas was one of them.
And the only reason you could argue that they have losses now, or you could argue that the quarterback's out.
Yeah.
Well, yes, actually, that's pretty accurate. And to your point, TV, of Oregon not being a playoff team, Oklahoma State taking a second loss, that they may have just knocked the Big 12 out of the playoffs.
Oh no,
the Big 12, the Big 12, unless TCU goes undefeated and keeps looking, they're done for the playoffs.
That's their only hope is TCU.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Oregon won't make the playoffs. I don't think.
Now there's a difference.
If they have one loss at the end of the year, they absolutely will.
And so they win the conference. Yeah.
But so would you take an undefeated Clemson team over a one-loss Oregon team?
No, they both get in.
So then who?
The SEC champion and the Big Ten champion, and that would be the four. Yeah, probably. Yeah,
but exactly. You would take a one-loss Tennessee team if they lose to Georgia over a one-loss Oregon team?
Yes.
Well,
that's crazy.
Because Oregon will also have an extra win that Tennessee doesn't have.
And a one-loss Tennessee wouldn't even win the SEC because they wouldn't even go to it. Georgia would go to it.
But Bama got in when they didn't go to the SEC championship either.
They did, but they kind of backdoored in. So
it took help.
Yeah, if we assume Ohio State's going to go undefeated, Clemson's going to go undefeated, and Oregon's going to win out and win a conference, yeah, the SEC team wouldn't be able to backdoor in.
No, not with a 12-1 Oregon or a 13-1 Oregon. No.
But that's the thing. Like they wouldn't be 13-1. They'd be 12-1.
Or 12-1. Okay, whatever. A 12-1 Oregon gets in over an 11-1 Tennessee.
I mean, I would say that I would say that if Tennessee gets blown out by Georgia, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Doesn't matter if Tennessee gets blown out by Georgia. If Oregon has that extra win that Tennessee does not, which would be the conference championship, they will be in the playoffs over Tennessee.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to disagree or agree, but I want to ask y'all this. The way that Bama got in is, like you said, they backdoored. If Tennessee's number 3 right now, if they lose to Georgia at Georgia by less than 10, and let's say they get moved down to 4 or 5, well, you still have a few weeks left. Let's say Georgia plays Bama. Now Bama's back in front of, Tennessee. If things work out and all of a sudden they lose, you don't see Tennessee going from 5 up to 4 the rest of the season, even if Bama loses, or you think they would just keep them out? Do you think they keep them out to make a point?
Well, no. I'm just saying it. Look at what happened when Alabama backdoored in. You didn't have – who all was it that year? It was 17, so that would have been Clemson.
Georgia and Oklahoma.
Alabama.
Yeah.
Clemson,
yeah. So
and Clemson was undefeated. Oklahoma was undefeated.
Yep.
Was it Clemson?
I think it was.
You didn't have the Pac-12 getting in because they didn't have anybody that would get in. A one-loss Pac-12 champ will get in.
I see what you're saying, because there's another factor now. It's like they have to. Well, and I think with us, they have.
Well, look at it like this: the only reason Cincinnati got in last year is because Baylor
there was nobody you could put. There was nobody you could put.
If Baylor had won that Big 12 title game, they would have been in over. They would have knocked Cincinnati out.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. I agree.
I mean, even the playoff committee said that.
Losing. It's just like Oklahoma State losing that game. No, guys, I agree. Like I said, I like the conversation of it, or thinking about it.
Oh, I do too.
But y'all, I guess I'll do this because I'm trying to get people to come in, but everybody just likes hanging out, which is not a problem at all. I know you guys like listening, so I guess I'm going to ask you guys a question. Can I get this is a very early prediction, okay? Can I have a season record prediction for next year for Miami, and then after you, I want to hear from Papa Shrimp a record prediction for Florida State.
You want one for Florida too?
Yeah, why not? Let's give us one for Florida too.
Yeah. Shouldn't have even said nothing. Should have just let y'all go.
Oh no, I would. If you hadn't, I would have.
Go for it though, Slim. Because I feel like you guys have shown here and there, you just haven't put together a full game.
Well,
do they get rid of Josh Gaddis or do they keep him?
Why would they get rid of Josh Gaddis? He's not the problem.
I could see them. I could see them giving him another year because of the installment of the offense, and then next year
Probably.
you could make blame if you wanted.
Yeah.
But I could definitely see him giving. But
Well,
yeah,
you
what's
also have to look at the fact that as bad as the offensive line is, number one, you have to recruit there. Number two, what's the one place you don't want to start true freshmen at all in the trenches?
offensive line? Yeah, facts.
So, I mean that's something that they've got to recruit and develop, which I'm not worried about with Mario. I mean, he's already got a proven track record at doing that.
Oh yeah, Mario is one of the best recruiters in the nation. He's really good.
Well, and that, and I'm talking about his ability. Interception, Michigan. His ability to develop an offensive line because when he was there, Oregon had an absolutely elite offensive line.
Yeah,
agreed.
I think now some guys will come in, like I mentioned McLean earlier. He will come in and immediately make an impact in the secondary, and stuff like that will be better. They're going to have some wide receivers that are going to come in and make an immediate impact. Here's where I have a problem saying that they're going to be really good next year. I've got a feeling, and Mario's already hinted around this. He won't come out right and say it. You're going to see some turnover on his roster. You're going to see some guys leave, and they're going to have to bring some guys in to fill in some holes.
I could see that.
Because I've brought this up all year. You've got guys out there, just lack of effort. I mean, MTSU period is just lack of effort. They should have gone out there and out-talented them.
Agreed.
So I got a feeling you're going to see some guys basically just be told, you have no future here. And so you're going to see some more turnover on the roster. And you've already seen some. They had 6 or 7 guys transfer out. But I think you're going to see some more. So that may lead to some more problems next year. But it all depends on, how transfers work out, how incoming freshmen work out.
No,
They'll be better. I think they'll be better next year, but I wouldn't want to say any more than about 8 wins.
But I think the reason I like that, and Fish, and I want you to give your opinion on this too. The reason I like that, not the record deal, but you were talking about some players just won't have a place on the team. That's how you get guys better. And if I'm a freshman coming in and you basically say, look, you're getting the start because, you've worked your tail off this off season, dude's been here 3 years and he doesn't care. Then now if I'm a recruit going into the next year, I'm like, so you'll play me if I'm good enough? You'll play me if I come in, halfway through my senior year and work my tail off? Like, that to me is what helps recruiting, but I feel it also makes your team as a whole better. But what do you think, Fishing?
I completely agree, and mainly in part because that's the majority of Florida's team is people that aren't going to have a future. I hate to say that, but it's just a lot of talent left. Dan Mullen didn't recruit the best, and we're kind of just left with what we're left with. I mean, during the offseason, we had to we were begging people to come and transfer just because we didn't have enough numbers, enough depth in anything. So
Florida, I'm on Florida's at the point where Florida State was, but not as bad, nowhere near as bad. But whenever Jimbo left Florida State and Willie Taggart came in and didn't have a recruiting class the first year, but Florida had talent. Now don't get me wrong, Florida still has talent, but Jimbo kind of left Willie Taggart with nothing, and that's kind of what Dan Mullen's left with a little bit, but it's not as bad.
Well, and I think Billy Napier is a much better coach than Willie Taggart, so he's weathering the storm right now until he gets it. You know what I mean?
Yep. Well, but once Billy Napier gets his 2 to 3 recruiting classes in, if Florida keeps him, Florida's going to be SEC East contenders again. I think Napier's a really good coach.
Well, and here's going to be a problem going forward too. Right now, Napier and Mario are leaving Norvell eating dust in recruiting. Norvell's going to have to step his game up if he wants to compete.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think Norvell's a good recruiter, but he can't keep the top recruits. he can bring in the good 4 stars. He just can't land those, the number 1 player in the nation. Like he can't keep Travis Hunter's.
Well, I don't blame him for that. They cut Travis Hunter a $2 million check. That would have swayed anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, they paid him.
Mhm.
They paid him nice, bro.
But I'll give you my prediction. I think for Florida State next year, we're young this year. We're not losing a lot. I think Jordan Travis is going to stay another year. I think he knows he's not NFL ready. I mean, our offensive line, we're going to get most back, and we're going to get some guys healthy. We're losing a couple guys on defense, a couple big pieces, but really it's going to be the same team, but more experienced.
Hold on real quick. I'll respond to that. Fish and what were you gonna say earlier about I know I just read that.
Yeah.
But what were you gonna say? We were talking about Florida.
I just read
What's
what?
your-
I gotta see this.
What's your thought on just the Florida thing before we get to what Papa Shrimp was saying? What's your thought on that? Like with Billy Napier, in 2-3 years, what's your opinion of Billy?
I think Anthony Ridges is going to come back next year, probably. Pretty much everything Papa Shrimp said about his team, except we'll get some true freshman receivers that are probably better than the ones we have on the team now. So I think we'll be better in that way too. Defense better get better because if it doesn't, you're looking at position coach changes and coordinators and everything. But we need an offensive coordinator. It just is what it is. Billy Napier is the offensive coordinator and QB coach. Questionable decisions tonight, and it's not been the first time. I don't understand it. If we have an offensive coordinator calling the plays and everything, Billy can manage the game and everything much more smooth, actually develop the offense. Because I'm not to be long-winded, but just we need development or at the very least for what we're working with now. So and it's not really coming.
And that's something me and you agree on. And I know Percy doesn't agree with you, but I'm kind of with you on that argument that Billy needs to get him an offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
It just the track record of that of head coaches trying to be coordinators is not good.
And that's what Norvell's doing right now at Florida State. He's calling the plays, and our offense is not consistent. Like look at. I mean, I know we're playing Georgia Tech, but
you can get away with calling plays, but you still need to have a coordinator that sets up a game plan for the game and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because look, it does work in cases like that. Because Lane Kiffin has an offensive coordinator, but he still calls plays.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Has Nick Saban ever not had a defensive coordinator? No.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed completely. Same thing for Kirby. You can be as good as you are about your deal, but you do need.
That's great. Make it better and have somebody else that you got.
This is a conversation I've had with people, and I know nobody on here really cares about NBA, but like my favorite team in the NBA, the head coach is really good. He's got 8 assistant coaches behind him, and people are like, "Well, why do you need that many?" Because sometimes you're so focused on the game that you can't see the little things around. And it's you shouldn't have to focus on everything.
Exactly. He has to be focused on the big picture, and you let the other coaches worry about the small stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
I was going to say,
exactly.
Florida State doesn't play as hard of a schedule.
Wait, what? Where you go? What'd you say?
Next year?
Oh, he's saying next year they don't play as hard of a schedule.
Next year we won't.
Papa Shrimp, you going out, bro?
I think we draw Ole Miss, and we still got to play Utah at Utah to open the season next year. So it's about as hard.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Maybe it's even harder. Utah. I mean, you give Tennessee another year.
Well, that's all going to depend.
A little harder.
Here's the thing with Tennessee.
Well, Hooker's gone.
It's all going to. Yeah, Hooker's gone, and it's all going to depend on Florida, Michigan, and Michigan State trying to fight, and the game's over.
No way. Let's go. Let me pull it up. Mama! Mama!
But
what are they walking around with? What the hell is that?
But no, it's all going to hinge on the quarterback. And it's working right now because Hooker's playing good. He's got the system down pat. But, they're having to go back to Joe Milton next year because I don't think they're going to put in that freshman right off the bat.
Mm-hmm. And Joe Milton, we've seen
Tennessee's offense can look completely different next year.
No, Slim. I think they will. I think Nico. I don't know how to say his last name, but I think
Llama.
Llama, whatever.
Yeah, that's the Llama.
I think he starts next year. I don't. He's too.
I could see that.
He's too good not to start, in my opinion.
Well, then I'm already going to call Tennessee having a terrible season next year.
Well, and look, I'm agreeing with both of y'all. I'm not going to say terrible like they're going to win 3 games, but I
no, not like that.
No, they're not going to be as good as they were this year, but they're still.
Cedric Tillman will be gone. Jalen Hyatt's going to be gone.
Exactly, but I think it would be worth it in Tennessee's program to do it. You know what I mean?
It may be. You may be right on that. But then if you're going to have a kind of rough year anyway, why take the risk of him getting hurt? Have Joe Milton play most of the season. Have Llama come in the second half or something. Mm-hmm. Make sure he plays throughout the year, but just to reduce the risk of injury.
Would you say that if you felt sometime during the year he was ready, you would then start him?
Maybe.
Or you see what I mean? Like if it's like you're 8 games in and it's like, okay, he's proven it. We're going to give him a few starts. Or maybe you're like, look, we play these non-Power 5 teams. He's going to start these games.
Well, I mean, do what Dabo did. And I completely agree with what Lou said in his video. It takes some balls to do what Dabo did with – this year with DJ and Cade, a couple of years ago with Trevor and Kelly Bryant, most coaches don't have the balls to do that. And I can't say that Josh Heupel will until that he's proven that he will. Because most coaches just won't.
We'll see. But the thing about it is next year, it's not going to be like we got to switch the quarterback or else we're gonna lose games. If we switch the quarterback, we can make it to the SEC's chance. Like it's not going to be that kind of thing. They're not going to be that desperate because they're just not going to be as good, and they're going to know that.
I'm
so
also
a little risky.
I'm also not really trying to jump the shark with Tennessee because they absolutely love old Lyle Jones year 2. So
yeah,
I'm not jumping the shark with them either. They'll turn on it quick.
Don't worry though. They're going to pay Heupel a shit ton of money, especially if he pulls some stuff off and goes to the SEC championship. And then if he ends up not really being as good, same boat, different year.
Can we all agree though? If he goes to the SEC championship or goes to the playoff, will that not be a better idea or a smarter idea to pay him than you did Jimbo?
No, because Jimbo has a national championship.
Yeah, but Jimbo
on a team he built.
And now I agree. I'm just saying, as of now, it seems like maybe at that time it was smart.
Can I talk about Jimbo for a second? And I'm not going to bash him because
we love that on here.
I will.
But I obviously don't like Jimbo Fisher. But
yeah,
to say that I understand he built that team. But if you put any other quarterback other than Jameis Winston in that position, he never wins a national championship. Never.
That team is loaded, man. But
hang on, literally every starter from that team got drafted.
Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
what I'm saying. Yeah, they were really good, but the quarterback, you can't. He won the Heisman. He was the best quarterback in college football, but he's the one who made.
But
Jameis's playmaking ability opened up the door for a national championship.
I get what you're saying, but look what Georgia just did with a loaded team and a subpar quarterback.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
I'll get with you. But they also had a historic defense.
Florida, as I say, Florida State's defense was a good.
Well, I'm just saying, loaded team, good QB,
I'll get what you're
subpar QB.
saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Percy, I'll bring in just.
I think if you put Stetson Bennett on that Florida State team, and they don't win the national championship.
Oh hell! Heck no. Sorry.
No, you can say that because it's true. Because the defense. I understand the defense was good. Every player got drafted in the NFL, but it wasn't Georgia's
it wasn't
defense from last
21.
year.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
21 Georgia defense. No,
No.
it wasn't. It was still very good though.
Y'all just
I mean,
please don't get me
I
started
think you could
on
make.
Florida.
I think you could make the case that Florida State team's a top 3 team of all time. Three to four.
Fishing, I'm with you on Stetson, bro. I really am. I'm completely with you. And here's the thing: if Kirby makes the mistake and even hints around the wrong quarterback choice during the offseason, you may see 3 quarterbacks transfer out of there.
You might.
Wait. What do you mean?
If he hints around going with that 3-star or a Jackson Muschamp,
Yeah,
I'm
bro,
saying if he even hints around that,
listen,
you may see 3 quarterbacks run for the hills.
But Slim, listen. We just go with the player that gives us the best chance to win. He's really effective with his legs.
I do know that no matter what, we will have somebody transfer this offseason. No matter what. If Beck gets it, Brock will transfer, and it'll leave that gap between him and Gunner, Stockton. If Brock gets it, Beck will transfer out. But Percy, no, Michael Hogue, don't take anything off. Keep it on. Keep all of it on, Michael. But look, Slim and Papa Shrimp Slim, I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna bring on Percy because he is a Georgia fan, and I'm gonna let him talk about the Georgia-Florida game. And,
Percy's a Florida fan, not a Georgia fan.
I know. I'm just doing a little trolling before you get on here.
That's wrong, man.
But,
I didn't even get a chance to talk about the Miami game, really. We've talked about everything else.
That's true. Okay, well, how about this? Y'all do that go for it real quick, and then I'll let Percy and Falcon on.
Not a touchdown scored in the game, but like I said, the Miami's defense has kind of been their strong suit, so shout out to them. Defensive line in particular, just absolutely amazing. Found their run game finally. They once was lost, but now they're found.
Leonard Taylor.
Yeah, Leonard Taylor's a monster.
That was a bad dude.
Hey, and they did what they did today with that. What's his name? That West Virginia transfer. He's got a funny name. Can't think of his name. The defensive end, but he was out for most of the game.
Sequavius?
No.
Oh.
I'm sure it'll come to me later. Anyway, but not a touchdown scored, 4 overtimes, 14-12. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I had to go take a cold shower at halftime to stay awake during that game. I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that either way, you got out with the dub. Glad you got to see some run game pop up, even if the passing game wasn't there. But
well, it something else we did during that game is we finally put this baby to bed with the Miami fan base on how much better Jake Garcia is compared to Tyler Van Dyke. No, he's not. Not right now, anyway.
Yeah.
Lack of gameplay experience. I mean, he's been in 4 games total in college, and this was his first start. I ain't gonna get mad at him over that, but just right now, no. Van Dyke's the guy. That's clear. I'll shout out to that little dual threat to come in. I'm not a fan of dual threats. Everybody knows this, but they brought in a 4-star. He's a true freshman this year. Rushed for like 4 first downs. Brought him in some wildcat formations.
Is he a big dude or a small guy?
He's still got some weight to put on, but he's like 6'3", 180.
Hey, okay, there you go.
I mean, he's not itty bitty, but he's still got some weight to put on.
Stay. Don't go anywhere, Slim. But Falcon, Will, Percy, I'm gonna bring y'all on, but I'm gonna let Slim finish. Okay, I just didn't want y'all to think that I was gonna.
There you go.
No, go ahead. I mean, that's pretty much what I mean, that's the vast majority of the game. Unless anybody wants to make fun of me for the game, I'll sit here and listen to it.
No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not doing that.
Oh, you're good, big dog. But
I can take
Slim,
it all.
Thank you, buddy. You said you could take it off.
I can.
But for real, though, buddy,
well,
thank
here,
you.
I'll turn my camera on if I'm going to do that.
No, hold on, chill. But y'all, though, real quick, I want to say thank you, though, Slim. And I hope everything's going well with the little one. Keep us updated, okay?
Yeah, she's over there munching on memories.
Okay. Appreciate you coming on. We'll get to these three people, and then we'll wrap up tonight's show.
All right, boss man.
All right, see you, Slim.
Peace out, Slim.
Okay. So
you like it? You like it, Will?
we are.
Oh, you got a hat. Oh, jeez.
I've taken 4 L's this week. 4. Oh,
so instead of an avatar, you get a hat. Okay.
Well, I get both.
Oh.
2 different. Yeah.
Georgia, Florida has taken over the chat.
Oh, jeez.
Fact.
Yep.
Hey.
I should have made the thumbnail of Stetson giving a suitcase full of L's to a Florida fan. I should have done that, bro. But either way, though.
I'll say one thing. I'll say one
Go
thing,
for it.
Fishing. That was a good start to the second half, though, for y'all.
Well, and Stetson Bennett was somehow a Florida fan for that part, too. I don't know what was wrong with him.
Yeah,
but
Stetson Bennett literally threw Florida back into that game.
I cannot stand him, dude. But I cannot. Anyways, though, away from us Georgia fans, I do want to hear what you guys have to say, but I want to hear what Percy has to say about the game. Just give me your opinion. And same thing I told Fishing. What are some things that you guys, you think you did good? First, of course, you have a first-year head coach, so it's not like you're expecting to come in and dominate by 50. But what was your thought?
Yeah. Sorry, mate.
Are you good?
Damn it, man! Hold up, my bad. I was getting my dog some water.
Are you good? No, you good.
Okay.
I like your dog fishing.
Thank you.
What kind of dog do you have, Fishing?
Yeah. What's your thoughts?
All right.
Well, I mean, this could get interesting as well. That's why I say that.
All right.
Yeah. How long until he talks about Dan Mullen?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, there's not a lot of positives I don't necessarily think to take from this.
Yeah.
I think that if you kind of look at the box score, it kind of looks like we kind of came back into it a little bit, but not really. I think that Stetson's picks kind of gave us life, but I think if you even have an average quarterback, you probably were never even in the game.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I guess the only thing I can say is that I hope with more time and more talent, we close the gap. But in terms of positives, I can't say that I have very much. It was an awful game. I would say the positive is ETN and Richardson, and that's pretty much every game.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
agree.
I was telling Fishing earlier
Yeah.
before you got here. I really like ETN. Dude is shifty. He makes people miss. I like him, dude.
Yeah, and he's a
He's
true
Yeah.
freshman.
becoming my favorite player on the team.
Yeah, like you said, Falcon. He's a true freshman. Like, come on, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Dude's nice.
He's great.
But
But
Real
yeah,
quick,
I mean,
though.
look,
Got it from his brother.
Yeah, but 2 interceptions that Stetson threw. We even got a fumble. There was multiple times in the game where we could have took advantage of it, and we didn't have the offense to do it.
Stetson gave you opportunities.
Yep, the opportunity was there multiple times. Made it an 8-point game.
there was
and just nothing.
I actually
There's a
think your
lot of-
offense played better in the second half than the defense did.
Yeah,
I was
Fishing.
afraid. Nah, go ahead, man.
I was just going to ask Fishing what he thought about some of those third down run calls, like
I've
that
already
third.
said it. I was so pissed.
dude, I even said it watching the game. I'm like, it's 3rd down and 7. Why are you?
I'm
running
sitting
it
here.
up the middle?
I'm sitting here mind blown just looking at this, and that's why I said a minute ago. Need an offensive coordinator. Make him call plays. If you can't do it, or you're going to do that type of stuff.
I mean, yeah. I mean, look, I would agree. If he's going to be an ineffective play caller, then you need to hire somebody that's better at it.
Mm-hmm.
I think we fundamentally disagree in the sense that a head coach can't call plays. I don't agree with that, but I think a bad play caller should not call plays. So
Yes. Now,
Yeah.
can I say this, Percy and Fishin? Tell me if you agree. It's not that he can't call plays. I think he is a good play caller. I think when you have to focus on the entire game, the scale of that is so big. You need somebody calling plays with you to help you see the little things.
Or
Maybe
I mean,
you can.
at the very least, somebody on the headset you can talk to. At the
I,
very
I,
least.
does he not have that though?
I would hope, but it just seemed like tonight, like you said,
Offensively,
there were
though?
multiple times, y'all, where as a Georgia fan, I'm like, it's 3rd down and 7. You hadn't ran well the whole game, and you ran it up the middle. Georgia's
Yeah.
defense, like,
Yeah.
dude, what are you doing?
Yeah,
guess
Like,
yeah. I guess he
um,
was on the phone with one of the two offensive line coaches because or Kerry Cole. But other than that, there's
My
nothing. There's nobody else he could be on the phone with.
I'm
my
guessing his
question
logic.
is,
Headset.
His
my
logic is probably that he
hold
knew
on.
he was going to have to go for it. So instead of risking an incomplete pass and having to go for it on 4th and 11 or 4th and 7, he wanted to run the ball for like 3 yards.
But
So it was
I
4th and
thought that
short.
I thought that too. But then he kicked a fucking field goal and didn't go for it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yes. But Will, what were you about to say? What were
I
you
was
saying,
gonna
Will?
say, what I was confused of, why did they go for that 4th down with like 14 minutes left in the 4th quarter? You have so much
I-
game time, man. You have time.
I think
I
he
mean,
was trying to
it's
get momentum, but I don't know, dude. That was a
desperation.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
the truth is that he knew his defense wasn't going to be able to hold Georgia, and they needed a
Yes.
touchdown on that
Yeah.
drive.
it was what I was going to say. I mean, he just doesn't trust the defense, and why the fuck would he?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I know.
Yeah, I got you.
It was
The defense is so bad. It's
It's
terrible.
oh good fucking god.
you know though what's crazy, and it makes me scared as a Georgia fan. Not scared, but I guess nervous / anxious. Y'all say your defense was bad, but our quarterback made them look decent.
Yeah.
And it's like, if he's going to do that, you can't do that to Tennessee and expect them not to capitalize.
Nah. Well,
You can't expect them not to.
I mean, look, it's not often that you have a +3 turnover margin and still get blown out. So like,
Yeah.
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 if you have a -3 turnover margin against Tennessee, and that's not going to bode as well, I don't think.
Yeah, and to be fair, every year of Stetson Bennett's career, his worst game of every season has been the Florida game. There's just something about Jacksonville. He just doesn't play well there.
This is true too.
Yeah. That's
What I want to know is, how is he going to play when we go up against Mississippi State?
Yeah, Mike
Who?
Leach is tough.
Stetson.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
'Cause,
Now
we
hold on.
haven't
Though.
played there in years.
Now, if we lose to Tennessee, it won't matter. But I do want to say this real quick before we continue. I want to get not Percy, Falcon and Will. I want to get y'all's opinion on the game. What's up, Jack? But I want to get y'all's opinion on the game. And just give me the positives. We know the negatives, but just throw me the positives real quick. And
Running
what did
game.
y'all think?
Running
I
game
think
was a positive.
I think we ran the ball really well, and if we can have this consistent of run game against Tennessee, I think we have a chance to run the ball down their throat and keep their offense off the field. But we're actually going to have to score 7 points, unlike Kentucky did today, where they march down the field and they come up with a turnover.
I got to
Go for it.
intervene. Florida's run defense is terrible. Tennessee's run defense is actually pretty good. So we will see about that. I don't know, but go ahead. Sorry.
Tennessee's run defense is not better than Auburn. So
that's a fair assessment.
No, it is, and and I agree. But at the last 3 games, we've ran the ball well. But this is the part too, though, that scares me. We're running the ball well because we cannot pass.
Yeah,
we're having to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like Stetson throws an interception, we get the ball back, run the ball down the field and score, and it's like, dude, like,
why'd you do that previous drive?
Thank you, dude.
And with how bad the passing game was today, there's actually one positive I took away, was that we finally utilized Brock Bowers
in different ways. Yeah. Well, you saw Darnell almost had 100 yards if he wouldn't have dropped the 2 catches.
Yeah.
So,
I thought Blaylock had that catch, man, but it was that interception.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. That was great.
That was a really good play by the DB.
It was a great play.
That was a really good play.
It was a great play.
So, anyways, that's all though. I just wanted to hear the positives. Real quick negatives. I think we all can agree on, and I think Florida fans will agree with this too. Georgia's secondary was so out of chemistry or whatever you call it. There was no. We were out of place too many times today. Like, dude, Xavier Henderson scored the touchdown. There's nobody over there.
Nobody.
It's like, dude, what are you? I don't know, dude. It just
Well-
that's the part to me. It's like Tennessee is going to throw the ball like crazy. Like, get your crap together.
Yeah.
The secondary is going to have their best game of the year against Tennessee if they even want a chance.
Malachi Starks was all right.
And here's another thing. I mean, you can put pressure and keep Hooker in the pocket like you did with Anthony Richardson tonight, but Anthony Richardson didn't take off running like we talked about, and Hendon Hooker will. He will. So you're going to have to worry about all three factors.
He's also a better downfield.
Richardson did run today, though, mate. Did he not?
He did, but you could tell he wasn't 100%, so he was staying in the pocket and he just eating sacks.
Yeah.
Well, you finally let him run in the second half. You didn't do anything in the first half with him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, he got hit out of bounds.
I would say, I don't know. I would say there are two things that kind of worry me about if I were a Georgia fan, and I'm a pessimist at heart. It's like if I were a Georgia fan going into this Tennessee game, the two things that would worry me are, and I said this on the last show, but the secondary is just not up to snuff. I just don't think it is. I know that they're all really talented and that they're all fucking 4 and 5 stars, but
they're inexperienced. I agree completely. And
Right.
I saw that today.
It's a young ass secondary.
And secondly, I think that like you're going to get exposed the moment that you cannot run the ball. So as soon as a team makes you put the ball in Stetson's hands, I think that's when you lose your first game.
Man, you don't think I've been saying that the last 8 weeks, bro, the season? But in my eyes, though, I don't think Tennessee is going to stop our run. And to me, I'll say it like this though: to stop Georgia's run, you're going to have to stack the box. And when you do that, you leave yourself vulnerable to Brock and Darnell. Like, we don't have great receivers, but we do have great tight ends. And like I said, we have an offense built around Stetson exactly for that. But you see, when we try to open it up and throw downfield, Stetson, he booty.
Is this game in Athens?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Okay, that helps.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially with it being Hooker's senior year or his last year, it's like
Tennessee's,
you know what I mean,
filling the stadium up and more right now.
Yeah, we might actually get a night game in Athens this year after all.
They're not going to do it. They've already put it.
No, they're not.
It's gonna be CBS.
Yep.
And
CBS 3:30.
Says roll tears.
Dun, 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 dun,
Dun, dun,
dun,
dun.
I'm gonna miss that song so much, man.
Dun,
Oh,
dun,
literally
dun,
so
God
much
damn it.
nostalgia for me there.
Hey, chill, bro. No GD. Chill. But,
Gosh.
what'd you say?
Oh wait, we're not supposed to drop GDs on here. I guess you should have fucking told me about that a while ago. Then, right?
You good? It was I just got 2 kids in the chat. There's 2 kids in the chat right now.
Oh fuck! All right.
Jesus.
I mean, I'm sure
Whoops.
they've heard.
Wait,
Chris
I mean,
Smith and
Gordon
Bullard look
Xavier.
good.
Wait, it's too inherent in my vernacular. I'm sorry.
Oh,
You're
fine.
programmed that way though.
Fuck
It
it,
seems
no.
like it.
No, Jeff, they were Halloween uniforms.
But
Kind of look like
And-
it,
and
didn't
this
it,
is-
Jeff?
if Fishing is okay with this, I do want to wrap up the show, but I'm not kicking you off or rushing you. I just want you to give us your final statements. Are you okay with that, Fishing?
Yeah, I'm good whenever, man.
Okay, so we'll start. We'll start Georgia fans. That way we can have Percy on last. I know he came on last. I'd like to give him more time. So go ahead, Will. Okay.
We just got to prepare very well for Tennessee. This is going to be a big game for us. I'm a little nervous, but I think we can get this win. But I'm excited. Let's beat the Volunteers yet again, and I'll see you guys later. Go Dogs.
See you, Will.
Sounds good, buddy. See you, buddy.
See you, bro.
No, dude, I agreed. Percy, not Percy, my bad. Falcon,
was
you give me
Joe.
your thoughts. We're playing. Yeah, you. I mean, bro, you've proven it. You did your
You
thing,
like it, bro? You like it? Are you a
Back off, mate.
are you a snapback kind of guy? Or what?
No, mate,
You
I'm
want
not
me
a
to- you
fucking
said-
zoomer.
You want me to snap? You say you want me to snap you back, bro? I don't have you on Snapchat.
No, I'm saying. Whatever.
But Falcon, though, tell me, bro, what do you think going into next week? What do we got to do, bro? What do we got to do?
I'm not too optimistic, actually. I think where we're vulnerable, Tennessee is really good. Like, that secondary for Georgia is not as good as I thought they were at the beginning of the season, unfortunately, and I think they're going to take advantage of that. I also don't like that Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith are going to be banged up because we might not be able to get to Hooker as much.
Dude, I know.
And
Well, Jalen, they said, is fully healthy. They just didn't want to play him a whole lot. Nolan actually got hurt in the game, and I think he could have gone back in, but they chose not to.
yeah, I think we're going to need
So
a pass rush if we want to beat Tennessee.
I know,
And
I agree, or at least contain. Like Percy said, Hooker's gonna run, so we definitely need containment.
definitely, and I'm very tired of the Stetson Bennett underdog story.
Thank you, dude. And I'll say this, and then we can shut up about Georgia. I want Percy to talk some, but the thing that I saw today was Georgia played the best quarterback they've played all year, and you saw Anthony Richards' arm. It's like we've been spoiled a little bit. You know what I mean? We've been spoiled a little bit playing some of these not so good quarterbacks, and I hope that seeing Richardson wakes us up. I hope going into this next week it wakes us up more, because Hooker's gonna throw that thing.
Yeah, well, it was less about Anthony Richardson and more about Florida's wide receivers. Like, their wide receivers got open. Tennessee's wide
Now,
receivers.
but would
were gonna
you
be able
say
to
this
get
though?
open.
To me, I think it was more of us having miscommunication. There were a lot of times where like Ringo's looking around like, bro, who's got that? Who's got that area? Like, I don't know. I felt like, yeah, I'll give it both. I'll give it both.
Yeah, I mean,
the East Coast. I don't know.
honestly, I think Keely Ringo is a little bit overrated in man coverage because I see a wide receiver get by him way too often for him to be
And
a projected
that
first
same
round pick
play,
like he is.
that same play where he tried to jump backwards and intercept it, that's the second time he's tried the same thing and he was short.
Yeah, and he jumped
did
too
it
early
today.
again.
Yes.
Like,
So, anyways, though,
Ringo
finish
is
up, Papa.
Ringo is a naturally talented defensive back, but he just doesn't have the fundamentals well, in my
And
personal opinion.
agreed. I think his athleticism is through the roof, and it makes up for what he doesn't have. But yeah, he got to get his crap together, bro.
Yeah.
I agree. But yeah, last thing you want to say, Mr. Falcon?
Go Dogs, and I hope the AP poll doesn't rank us number one because I don't want Tennessee fans to be able to brag about beating us in Athens while we're number one.
Well, I appreciate that.
If I hold an auction for this, would y'all donate?
$1. $1.
$1? Anybody else?
We got $1 over here. We got $2
This
over
can,
there. We got $2.
I'm either gonna sell it or burn it.
Yeah, sorry. I don't
Well,
want a
my-
Florida Man Georgia hat.
So, I mean, it's a nice hat. It'd be a shame if it was to get
Bro.
burst into flames.
Why not? Do a video of it. Florida man lights Georgia hat on fire.
Well,
That
I
should
mean,
get some views.
it's like it's throwing money away, you know. I don't know.
But it's not like it's the American flag, and you're gonna get.
You're
beat up
a Georgia
by-
fan sitting here encouraging me to burn the hat. How dare you?
I ain't say nothing.
You told me to burn it.
It's all fucking
on.
recorded, mate.
Yeah.
Shit.
Hello, what's up,
That's right.
Grandma?
That was my thoughts. Yeah.
But all right, Falcon, we're gonna let you go. My boy Captain Falcon always showing his support. I appreciate you, dude. Go Dogs do as well. We'll let you go, and then I'm gonna let Percy have the floor. All right.
All right, see you, man.
See you, bud.
Yeah, Sea Dog's got plenty of Georgia hats, Slim.
Okay, Percy, you have the floor, sir. I know we didn't get to talk to you a whole lot today, but will you please? What do you need to see out of Florida for the rest of the year? I know you said there's not a lot of positives today, but in my opinion, if you guys fought like you did in the third quarter and you could put that together for a full game the rest of the year, yeah, you guys actually look decent. It's not. I mean, you literally played the number one team in the nation today. Even though we didn't play our best, you caused 3 turnovers.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
That's what I said at the end of the day too. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. First of all, yeah, I don't know. I don't necessarily think Georgia are the number one team in the country, but certainly top 4. You're definitely one of the top 4 best teams in the country. So to have, been been close in the third quarter and to kind of make a game out of it late was commendable. I think, and I said this before the season started, like it's all about the recruiting, I think, mostly. So the bump class for me was where my eyes were affixed. And I was
We don't got to
pretty
talk about it, Percy. You don't got to even say it. I know exactly what you're thinking.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the elephant in the room. Congratulations, Slim.
Right.
Cormani, unbelievable recruit who I thought we were going to get, but decided to, I guess, go play one score, 4-quarter games in Miami. So
if he's there, maybe the opponent will score like maybe one less field goal or something.
Yeah, I know. Maybe they can win. Yeah.
Wee.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, mate. I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, we might literally go 6-6. So, I think like I look at how horrible we were at times this season, and I just don't know that the gap can be closed in one off season or one recruiting class. So I think it will be a longer rebuild than maybe Florida fans anticipate. I also, despite what a lot of Florida fans may disagree with this, I guess maybe, but I think Dan Mullen kind of spoiled us in how quickly he turned around the program when he arrived and how quickly we were competitive and finished in the top 7. That's not going to happen under Billy Napier.
I have a question about that, and this is to both of y'all, mainly Percy, because I know it's his time right now. Do you think that Dan Mullen masked the complete build for the team because of how good he was at offense? Because I felt like y'all were winning games, and yeah, you have a W in the column, but he was just outscoring the other team, which I know people are like, well, duh, that's how you win games. But it seems like Billy is trying to build the overall offense and defense, but Dan came in just putting up points, bro. Like, defense was not great, but the offense just outscored you. Like,
Yeah,
Tennessee.
I mean, I'm not saying that Billy won't long term be a better coach holistically, but I think in terms of like what Dan was able to do as soon as he got in terms of like putting wins in the win column and that instant gratification that the fan base got, you're not going to get that with Billy. It's going to be a more methodical kind of crock potting. It's the cook is going to be slower. But
I agree.
I don't know. I'm not selling all my Billy stock. I just I think the fan base is going to get impatient. I think if we go 9-3 next season, that would be pretty remarkable. But the defense is like maybe the worst Florida defense I've seen, including 2020. I mean, it's just fucking awful, absolutely fucking horrendous. Yeah, I feel like I got radiation exposure just fucking watching it. Awful.
Y'all, Luke Walker will be the last person we let on.
They've been said Jeff Walker in the chat.
No, Jeff Walker. But I love, like I said, I love college football. I love sports in general. So to be able to hear it from your perspective, it does mean a lot to me, like for real. By the way, Ole Miss just won 31-28, beating Texas A&M.
Fire Jimbo Fisher. Fire Jimbo Fisher. He's overrated without Jameis Winston.
No, you know what? Keep him there as long as they'll keep him. I like watching.
Yeah. By the way, I'd like to say that Jimbo Fisher, like for a while, I kind of thought Jimbo Fisher was the one that made Jameis Winston, but I think now it's the opposite. I think Jameis Winston made Jimbo Fisher because big fucking oof. The guy's straight fucking cheeks. It's just bad.
Yeah, he is. He tried to sell me a car one weekend. I was riding down the street to try to sell me a car. And,
he's a fucking.
But I didn't stop.
Of course not, mate. He's a glorified fucking Kevin Sumlin. But don't worry, all these recruits are coming because they want to play for Jimbo and the staff. They're not coming for the money at all. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, agreed.
No.
But I will tell you this though, Percy, and this is where I hope Billy Napier capitalizes. You're gonna have about 8 players transferring. Just from what we've seen, Florida. Fishing and I talked about this before, bro. They're gonna have about 8 players transfer, and that's like 5 or 6 5-stars, and the rest are 4-stars. If y'all could capitalize that with y'all's recruiting class this year, I think Billy will. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to open up another can of worms.
Yeah.
I'm just.
I mean, if you could supplement the class with transfers, yeah, that'd be good.
Just young transfers too. I'm not talking about.
AR is going to look so good in an Alabama jersey.
Stop it.
No.
Jalen Milroe's already there. Stop it.
Jalen, yeah.
Anthony
So
Richardson
what you mean is
2.0.
they don't have a second option.
Yeah, facts. Facts.
Yeah, it better not happen. But that is the key to it. I'll just say this. To bringing it back this offseason, now that there's actually time, because he was kind of rushed in to complete the class to try and get the transfers he needed to get to make this season happen. So he's going to have the whole offseason to actually do it. So he's going to have to pull some damn good transfers in where places of need. And like I said earlier, the young receivers are going to help a lot. Even though they're true freshmen, they're going to help a lot because the receivers are not very good.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. Shout out to Florida, and I'm not going to troll you because I know you would not do the same to me. You would do it to Kobe.
No, I absolutely fucking would, mate. Fucking show me no mercy.
Okay,
give me a fucking Warriors death.
I got you. Here you go. I'm glad you lost. There you go. No, I'm kidding, bro. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding, though. It's not for me. It's more about Georgia because it doesn't matter if we beat y'all this year, bro. If we turn around and lose to Tennessee, I'm gonna get trolled by y'all like crazy.
Well, I mean, you also can't celebrate too much because you didn't look that good, and now you play a much better team.
This is true. Stay humble, bruh. Stay humble.
Percy, spitting facts on aisle 9. Percy, spitting facts on aisle 9. Anything you want to say though, Percy, before I let you go though, and I'm gonna let Luke finish us off. Whoa, that sounds right.
Well, no, I mean I don't really have much, mate. I
think we got it all out the way. Do we feel better about it? No, but
no, of course not. But hopefully, Fishin and I will have our time in the sun next season.
Yeah,
I like it. It's a quote from Aristotle. No, I'm lying.
I think that was on Hamlet.
That was on Pokemon, bro. Stop.
Oh, Pokemon. That might be true.
Percy, though, love you, bro. Appreciate you coming on, and thank you for always showing up, man. For real.
Yeah, take it easy, mate. No worries.
Man, appreciate you, Percy.
All right, we'll let him. Mr. Walker, I saw you with some talk in the chat about having a Heisman quarterback. I'd like you to. You got 8 minutes. I need you to state your case.
Oh, it'll be less than 8 minutes. You can just look at his stats. He has the best stats in the country. He already had more yards per game than Stroud and whoever the hell else by about 90 yards. Did he pass
Penix up in yards?
Do what?
Did he pass Penix? I think Penix was number 1 for a while.
I don't know if he passed Penix, but he had 440 yards today, so I hope so.
Real quick,
yeah, I'm not going to disagree.
Stetson Bennett tried to throw himself into the crowd, into the Georgia student section, and he overthrew himself and landed in the Florida student section, bro.
Dang.
Sorry, go ahead though. Tell me more. Luke.
No, I'm just done with the send Drake May to New York stuff. He needs to get the trophy. He has by far the best stats of any quarterback in the country, and we might be 11-1 by the time that trophy's given out.
Bro,
I'll tell you this: Drake May and Duggan are the two most underrated and underappreciated right now.
Yeah,
and all the Wake Forest fans telling me that Sam Hartman's better than Drake May. You can shut up now. 6 turnovers in a quarter.
Drake, listen to this. Drake went 34-44. 388 yards, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. Like, he's not even
and
just
led
playing,
the team in rushing with 61 yards, by the way.
He's not even like just playing good games. He's showing out and still
he's nuts, dude.
Yo, do you think Drake May is better than Drake the rapper?
Clearly.
I agreed. Yeah, Drake's falling off, and now Drake May's stepping up. Like.
Yeah, Drake knows he shouldn't start singing all the time.
He
knows what he's good at.
I was trying to think of something on the fly, and it didn't work.
Okay. Sorry, big dog. I know you had a tough day today, so I'm not mad.
Is Drake May better than Bryce Young?
Yes.
Yeah, I
He's
think
been
so.
better than him this season.
Ooh.
I think so too. Me and X-Wing were talking about that. I popped in there for like 2 minutes and yeah, he don't
Yeah.
think so. Of course, he's a Bama fan, so but yeah.
Yeah.
I had people
I mean, I
asking me
wouldn't-
if Drake May is ACC Player of the Year. By the way, what a dumb question. I mean, who else would they give it to?
I don't know. What's his name? Devin Leary.
Tyler Van Dyke.
I was gonna say Devin Leary. He's still playing.
Devin
well.
Leary. Okay.
He's still playing.
He had
Yeah.
a good game today.
Who, Devin Leary?
Yeah, that bench. That bench was nice. Yeah, he played that really good.
Yeah. He
guys should
watches
host
the
a
game
show
like
with
nobody else.
But I'm going to go through the last 5 games for Drake. 28 of 38, 380 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Against Miami, he had 309 yards. It's probably his worst game of the year, but 309 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. See, and that's the thing. People could say, oh, yeah, that's a terrible game. He threw 2 interceptions. When Stetson could have the same yardage, and people go, yeah, but, I mean, Stetson's done so many things for us. He's just very good with his legs. Like, I'm jealous of good quarterbacks, bro. I don't know if you guys noticed that by now.
Well,
But,
he gives us
There are a
the
bunch
best
of
chance to
Alabama fans
win.
saying Drake May is going to transfer to
He gives us
Alabama.
the
By
best
the way,
chance.
that's not happening.
Gives us
Gives
the best chance to win. He's got the opportunity to use his legs.
363 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions against Virginia Tech. Against
That was
Notre
in 3
Dame.
quarters.
Well, and the fact that Notre Dame just won today like they did helps y'all's win over them look better.
But lost over them.
289 yards.
Yeah, lost.
That's our
My
one.
bad. I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my bad. Well, that helps that out.
Well, just
We didn't lose
flip
because
it
of him.
backwards.
He
It
threw
makes
for
the loss look better.
305 touchdowns.
Yeah, but I mean, literally all
Yeah.
of these games, bro.
Has he thrown?
315.
Has he ever thrown not under 300 this year?
He's thrown
One game.
300. It's twice, I think. Georgia State and his first career start.
Okay.
And he threw 5 touchdowns in his first career start.
No, you talking about App State?
No, he threw for 4. He threw for a lot of yards against App State. I'm talking about
He
Florida
threw almost
A&M.
500, didn't he?
Oh,
Yeah.
you're talking about. So he played in that game last year.
No. He did play against Wofford last year, but we played Florida A&M in
sorry,
week
y'all.
0.
I apologize. That's what I was. I forget anything before September. I'm looking at it as last year. I forgot y'all had a week 0 game. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
didn't throw for
makes
300 there, but he threw for 5 touchdowns.
Yes.
So I think that's okay.
279. And I mean, it's all right. It's, you'll take it.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
But either way,
of any quarterback in the country, 24,
Chase, that's how you feel, bro. Do you want me to do this?
70% completion
reason I don't do
percentage.
this-
Jesus Christ,
Because the shade it takes away, bro.
fucking unreal, dude.
Wait, what'd you say? Say it again.
Flipping bonkers.
Oh, they
Bro.
haven't added his stats from this game into his season
Yeah,
stats
they
yet.
haven't done that yet. Huh. Wow,
Oh, you're looking at his stats, yeah.
dang, dude.
There
Do
we
some
go.
quick
That's a little
mental
better.
math right here.
Yeah,
It's about
21.
2,600 yards, 29 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
God.
600 yards, 29 touchdowns. Now, though, and don't hate me for this, which you may think, you may agree, Luke. I think right now Bo Nix and Drake May are going at it.
Bo Nix.
What's sad though is Bo Nix would get considered before Drake May would.
Just because the team's winning, or because they're higher ranked?
I mean, Drake May's team is winning too. That's
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
the
thing. They have
name
the
and
same
it's the
record.
whole. Yeah, it's just the whole situation. I mean,
Bo
they
Nix
were
and Drake May are
compared-
not competing for anything. I'm looking at Bo Nix's stats right now.
But you got to think, dude's got 20 touchdowns passing and 11 rushing touchdowns. He's responsible for 31 touchdowns. He only has 1 interception.
How many? You said Bo Nix is responsible for 31 touchdowns?
total
Yeah.
with his legs and his arm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Drake May, that is 20. That's 32 touchdowns? Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's beating him. I'm
Is
just
he,
saying right now they're. Yeah.
Is he a sophomore?
Redshirt freshman.
Stop it!
Yeah, Drake's a redshirt.
Oh
freshman,
my
bro.
God!
I mean,
So
not
he
the
gotta
redshirt
come back.
matters.
That's
Might be the
a
number one
Brock
overall
Bauer
pick
situation
next
right
year.
there. You got this kid for
Yeah.
that long.
Facts, Luke.
That's a Brock Bauer situation.
Well, but you got to.
You just lucked out.
Well, he'll be gone after next year.
Yeah, but Well,
he's going to be the number one pick.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Next year's quarterback draft class is crazy, by the way. Drake May, Quinn Ewers, and Caleb Williams.
This year
Tell
is
me this though. Tell me this though, Luke. I know, like you were saying, he's the number one pick. Didn't the same thing happen to a previous North Carolina quarterback where he had a great season, and then his draft year season they lost a lot of talent, and he didn't have a great year?
Drake May is better than Sam Howell ever was, and I love Sam Howell.
And I agree that he is. That's what I'm curious about.
And also, our receiving core is in a way better spot now than it was when last year with Sam.
Got you.
Because we're going to lose our top two receivers, but all our other receivers had game experience and played well because those two were hurt earlier in the year.
Not only because of the stats, but I think Drake May, of off the top of my head, of all quarterbacks in the country right now, he's probably going to translate to the NFL better than most.
I mean, he's 6'5".
Purely as a passer.
6'5", has a great arm, can run the ball. I think a great comparison for him is Trevor Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
We all know where he got drafted.
Yeah.
And Chase Woods, it technically is basketball season. Carolina basketball won by 61 last night.
Y'all played Duke. I saw it.
Basketball.
We played Johnson C. Smith.
I'm just kidding. Well, look, Luke. I know I said I would wrap it up, but I do want to give you the floor. Is there anything else that you would like to say before we finish this bad boy up?
I mean, I've said everything. Just give Drake May the Heisman. I don't care what Carolina's record is. It's going to be good at the end of the year. He's breaking Lamar Jackson records. I think that's pretty
Even
good.
with 3 losses, I agree.
And we're not going to have 3 losses.
No?
I think we'll probably go 11-1, maybe 10-2 if we lose to Wake. Lamar Jackson, what, 8-4?
And with how Wake played today, it's like you might end up getting out of that game.
That game's going to be 7 hours long, by the way. It's going to be 71-70.
Yes, because teams will be passing the whole time.
Slim, are you top G, Slim? You top G, bro? Just wondering.
Yeah, well, good. My boy Luke, appreciate you, dude. Good luck to you and Drake May. I will be cheering them on, especially since we don't play you guys. I'll be cheering on you, boy, to win the Heisman.
Hey, playoffs, let's go.
Hell no.
Well, we went out and beat Clemson.
Can of worms. We're not doing it.
Hey, if they went out and beat Clemson, what would you do, Fisher?
That's what I'm saying. Stop it.
The 12-1 ACC champ. You don't think that gets in?
No, that's what I'm saying. I think it could, but that's why I'm.
Well,
I'd love to have the honor of getting smacked in the first round. Somebody has to do it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Well,
I do think that would happen, but still.
If he wins it, I just want you to get me a picture, like with him and the trophy. You got me?
Hey, if he brings a Heisman to campus, I will get a picture with the Heisman.
I mean, even if we have to, well, I can't say that on air. If we have to acquire him in a certain way and put the trophy beside him and me, yeah. So
with some rope, some duct tape.
Yeah, we're not like Duke over here. We don't find out where our players live, so that'll be a problem. TV gets that.
Duke Walker.
Yeah. Oh, dude. I like it. Well, look, my boy Luke, we'll let you go, and then I'm gonna let Fishin wrap us up. Wrap us up before we go in. Before we go off. So, thank you, Luke. Appreciate you, dude.
See you guys.
See you, man.
See you, buddy. Boom. Great show today, bro. That was really fun. I thought we were gonna finish early, but it just went well.
Yeah.
It was everybody, you guys did really good coming in. You all behaved, and we appreciate that. How many gold stars are we giving out today, bro? Is it 10 out of 10 for all the people coming in?
Solid 9 is the feedback I got.
Okay, I like it. Okay, all right, that works. Well, wrap us up, big dog. Close us out.
That's it, man. We got out plenty that we wanted to get out. Nothing crazy happened today with the games, really. I thought there would be at least one upset today, but nothing wrong with that. Everybody won that was supposed to, pretty much, other than Wake Forest. But we'll do the Wednesday night, and then we'll be, instead of the big preview being Florida and Georgia, it'll be Florida and Tennessee, and this one will be just as interesting. So that's it.
And I agree. Yeah, Wednesday night, guys, we'll be back. We'll do some more previews. Be on the lookout for my video, trying to troll Tennessee. I'm going to have loads of fun with it. And y'all, like, comment on my videos, text me, criticize me, whatever you need to do. But I love y'all, and your boy about to go get a quick shower and then start on making this video. Like, no lie.
Let's go.
Or at least writing it out. So love y'all. Appreciate you fishing. This was pretty good.
Yeah, man. You already know.
All right, sounds good. All right, see y'all.
Deuce. I just realized that Slim